What do you do when you've been working so hard on your feminine energy and to heal your wounded feminine energy so that you can be soft and have a healthy nervous system and heal old wounds? But all of your best girlfriends are so in their masculine and they know nothing about this. Let's talk about that. I've got 5 suggestions that we're going to talk about and how you can handle that. And they're all going to be very practical. And let's get into it. The first thing I want to do, though, is just to find there's some people that have been unclear on what am I actually talking about when I am talking about feminine energy. Now, I can't speak to what other people are talking about. I can only talk about what I am talking about. And I do not believe in woo-woo. I am a Christian, and all the some of these topics, adding the word divinity and all of that, that is not anything to do with what I'm talking about. For me, I'm simply talking about a group of traits or characteristics that are typically aligned with women. It's just that simple. Some examples could be that they're nurturing, that they're receiving, that maybe they're more mild-spirited, weaker in physical strength, just things that you associate with being female. That's all I'm talking about and nothing more. All right, so let's talk about the first thing that you can do if you are working so hard to be feminine and softer because of all the benefits of it, but all your girlfriends are still so hard and they are very much dominated by their masculine energy. The first thing you need to do is look at it with compassion. Why? Well, because we don't know what happened to them. Almost every single client that I'm working with, they are very much struggling in their masculine energy as well, but it's tied to trauma. Something happened in their life, typically in childhood, sometimes it starts very young, that made them feel unsafe when they were in their feminine energy. We're not born like that as girls. When we're born, we're very comfortable being girly. We're very comfortable letting someone lead. We're very comfortable free falling and trusting that someone's going to take care of us. But then somewhere along the way, something happened. And there's a million different examples of that. Maybe the father left the mother and then the mother took on all the roles of a man. And so then you're being raised by this very hard, tough woman who's been traumatized by this separation, and all of it was on her. And that's the example of a female that you had growing up. And that gets stuck inside your subconscious as well as your nervous system. So of course, that on top of so many other things that will happen through life will make you feel unsafe being soft and feel like you've got to be tough and that you're not letting anybody lead. Nothing. I've got this. I don't need a man. I'm taking care of everything for myself. And so you just kind of get harder and harder and you feel as though it's dangerous to be feminine. And so we want to have compassion for that, knowing that they just don't know the damage that that does over time, since women were created to be a weaker vessel, the feminine one, and that's biblical. Number 2, there's nothing wrong with adding some different kinds of friends into your circle. You know, sometimes we think of spending time with people always has to be in person. Yes, you can look for women maybe that are softer, more demure, more healed. Maybe their wounds have already been healed from the trauma, that they maybe had some therapy to work through those things, and so they feel more comfortable in their feminine energy. But another thing that you can do is you can spend time on YouTube watching women who've already mastered this, that are doing podcasts or things that are giving suggestions. You could spend time learning from them and taking more suggestions. You can watch more of my feminine energy videos. I actually have a replay of the masterclass on feminine energy that's available. I'll actually have it linked below how you can watch and access that replay. It's got some wonderful information. You can hear from other ladies that were attending the class and see some of the things that were discussed there. So mix it up. If you've got dominantly in your life masculine energy females, don't think that you can't just get different friends and add them to your circle, because we do know that we become like the 5 people that we spend the most time with. So it just makes your walk into being more feminine harder. Number 3, there's nothing wrong with humbly sharing what you've learned about this with your current set of girlfriends. Now, this is going to be tricky. You have to do it humbly. You can't come at them with, oh, you guys are being like this, and you guys are being like that. You want to share what you've been learning from a place of, I get it. I have been struggling with this. I'm trying to improve in this. These are some things I'm learning, but whatever you do, do not come at your friends like a know-it-all. And just like I've said, even in teaching the master class, I don't know how long it's going to take me to heal all of the wounds in my nervous system, even from the things that I've already been through where I spent way too much time in my masculine energy. It was for very good reason. I was put in a really, really rough situation for many, many years, and I had no idea what it was doing to me. I had no idea what it was doing to my nervous system. I had no idea what it was doing to my physical health, mental, emotional. I didn't know that it was damaging me at all to be living in a role that I was never built for. And so because of how long I spent doing that, it's going to take time for me to continue to feel safe, getting soft, and being comfortable in masculine energy, just focusing on the benefits as I continue to get better and better and better at it. So just come from that humble place of I'm still on my journey, but this is what I'm learning so far. 4, along with that, you can demonstrate the benefits in just what you're like in company. They're going to see the difference. Maybe before you were boisterous and loud and had to have the last word and you were argumentative and combative, and all of a sudden they notice the softness coming over. They see that your posture is different and you're not getting in people's face and you're not pointing to make your point and you're not feeling like you've got to be loud to make your point. Your friends are going to notice the difference, but then they're going to wonder why. And this is your opportunity to say, you know what? My stress level has gone down significantly since I started studying feminine energy. My stress level has completely changed to the point that I can now see the connection between me being soft and my blood pressure being low. Prior, when I was in my masculine energy, I had high blood pressure. My heart would race. I would feel panicky. I would feel exhausted. And sometimes I would feel even depressed. I don't have those symptoms anymore simply because I'm learning how to feel safe in feminine energy, letting someone lead, just sitting back and stop doing so much and focus more on being myself, not trying to impress, not running all over the place, not multitasking, not racing around and rushing all day. I just stopped and I just started learning how to be feminine, and it is benefiting my health. And so to me, it's worth it, even though it's been such a challenge for me to stop being in my masculine all the time. But I'm learning, and it's really, really helping me. That's how you can help your friends without being obnoxious and having them just go, oh, I don't want anything to do with that. And lastly, just don't judge them. None of us are supposed to be judging each other anyway. But because I would say most of us have struggled at some point in our life with masculine energy, why would we be judging people who don't know anything about it? We're just all at a different point in our journey. Somebody had to teach us this stuff, right? So now you might become the teacher, but you don't want to come from a place of judgment or you'll push them away and you'll turn them off. It's not our job to judge them. Just be patient and loving and kind and realize that we're all just on a different point on the journey. I might be just a little bit further ahead than you, but I'm certainly not coming from a place of judgment because I'm not perfect. And there's going to be those moments where I forget about all the benefits of being in my feminine, and maybe something gets triggered and I go straight into my masculine and I have to remind myself, I don't want to dump cortisol. I want dopamine. I want feel-good hormones. I don't want stress hormones. I don't want fatigued adrenal glands burning out and causing a host of other health problems. So those are my 5 suggestions. I think that's going to help you a lot as you're working to get better and better at being in your feminine and realizing that your girlfriends they're just not there yet. But maybe at some point you'll all be even holding each other accountable in a good way, and you'll all just help each other to be better. So that is my suggestion for today. Also, I just want to remind you, like I said before, I'm going to make sure that replay of that masterclass on feminine energy is linked in the bottom here. Also, I do have some great freebies on my website. If you go to woosacoaching.com, I will also have those links to the freebies that you can access on my website. I would really, really love to know your thoughts. What's your favorite thought that was mentioned today? Your favorite suggestion that you're going to use as you are helping your female girlfriends on their walk with feminine energy? Leave it in the comments. I'm curious. I once again just want to remind you, don't forget to woosah, because the body doesn't heal in an agitated state. Have a good day, everybody. Bye.